Hey there people, my name is Tomislav. I'm a professional photographer and filmmaker, and in this video I'm gonna talk about the RF 24-105 for LIS and my experience of using it for 3 years now in a professional environment. So let's start. Let's start with the basics. The weight of this lens is 700 grams or 1.5 pounds, which is light considering what you get. It extends so it's not a closed system. It has a lock, you can lock it down so it doesn't extend. It has a control ring, focus ring and zoom ring. I don't use the control ring, but you can assign some function to it. I just don't need it considering I have everything on my cameras. It has a L graded, like Canon L series Versatility, which I can confirm is pretty good. It has image stabilization or up to 5 stops according to Canon, and combined with the R5 and R6 and R3, I guess, up to 8 stops. It also has a 77mm front element, which allows you to use that's pretty standard diameter for the ND filters, which I like. So when you extend the lens to 105, it will be almost double the size if you use the lens hood, but without it, it's, I would say, 1/3 of the size longer. Now I will just share my experience of using it and my thoughts about it. I've been using this lens in a professional environment for 3 years now. I bought it in a bundle with the original R, and I would suggest to anybody that is thinking about buying this lens and a camera to go straight away for the bundle, because you will save like I think 30% on the lens itself, and even if you don't like it, you can probably sell it for the same price. When I bought it, I first thought that it's gonna be comparable to the EF version of it, but luckily it's much better. This lens is totally different story. First, it's much lighter, it's compact, and it offers really nice sharpness through the whole range, and the contrast is much better. I would say regarding sharpness, is the same as the EF 24-70 2.8 Mark II, so it's really good. In any type of professional environment, I think you're gonna be satisfied with the sharpness that it offers. I've been using this lens for a lot of work, for studio work, for lifestyle work, for portraits, for action, for sports, for adventure stuff. So it's really versatile lens, and that's why it's really popular and I would say great. First of all, the f4 is a problem in some cases, especially in low light cases where you have to capture the movement also. This lens will not benefit even from the image stabilization that it has. But if that's not the case, the image stabilization works perfectly in those scenarios where you don't need to capture the movement. For example, this shot that I've done handheld, I couldn't imagine doing it without a tripod before. Now I can do it handheld, although this was combined with the R5's image stabilization. So according to Canon, that's 8 stops of image stabilization. That's a lot. But it's really cool because now I barely ever carry the tripod around for photography. For portraits, it's good, especially considering you can extend it to 105 and then you will get compression and the blur just from the focal length. It cannot compete with the 24-70 at 2.8 regarding the blur on the 70mm, but you can compress the image more and then you will get similar results. I do a lot of adventure stuff, like I'm official photographer for Highlander Adventure, which is a hiking event where you hike for 100 kilometers in 5 days, which is really hard, especially if you're working, because you have to go back and forward, so I even hike more. In this type of events, it's really important to have well plan what you're gonna carry, because you don't want to carry a lot of things because it will just destroy you and you will miss shots because you're gonna be tired. My bag usually goes from 9 kilos to 18 kilos, and you carry your own water, your own food, and sometimes even laptops. So it's really important to have less but produce enough, and 24 to 105 is perfect for that. This is a workhorse. I've been in a lot of situations where I got heavy rain, and 2 times it was like 2 hours of heavy rain without shelter, so I was totally wet down to my underwear. I even tried to do some shots, but after like half an hour, it's pointless because you cannot wipe the front element anymore because of the constant rain. But my equipment was totally wet, and the lens survived each time. I even dropped it 2 times and it's still working perfectly. It doesn't even have a scratch, which is amazing. It's really well built, at least from my experience. Maybe I was just lucky, but it's really durable. Don't drop it on purpose. Regarding video, I have to say this is one of my favorite lenses. First of all, the range is really good. The image stabilization works really nice, especially combined with the electronic image stabilization and the in-body image stabilization. I can use it at 105 fully extended without fear of getting really ugly handshakes. So you can pull off really nice shots in video if you're not walking and stuff, like just straightforward standing without the monopod or tripod, which is really nice. At the end, I will just say I ended up using this lens more than I ever planned. It's one of the best value for your money lenses. I definitely can confirm that. I've been with it in really harsh environments. I dropped it 2 times. I worked big projects with it and like personal stuff. It's one of my go-to lenses for sure. I hope this was interesting enough and helpful. If it was, please leave a like. If you want to see more of this, please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave a comment down there and ask me anything regarding photography or filmmaking. And hope to see you in the next video. Bye.